All right, what's up, Panthers fans? How you guys doing? We've got ourselves a home game after returning from a lengthy road trip, a victory just a couple days ago against the Minnesota Wild, 6-1, pretty convincing. And tonight, the Panthers will take on another team in the Central Division, the St. Louis Blues. The Blues are coming off their first of a back-to-back. They were in Tampa yesterday and lost to the Lightning 3-1. The Bolts are certainly on the Panthers' tails, especially when you look at points percentage. But the Florida Panthers, of course, are deadlocked with the Toronto Maple Leafs for first place in the Atlantic, and they'll have an opportunity here to potentially leapfrog the Maple Leafs, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm filling in for Jaws here. I'm Nick, for those who don't know, and this is my co-pilot here, Cortana. And Cortana, of course, will be getting treats for every Panthers goal, every super chat, anybody joining the membership on this channel as well. There you go, girl. So hopefully you can hang out with us through the course of this evening, or even if you're just around to drop in and say hello, we're happy to have you here, of course. So this game will get started probably within the next 15 minutes or so. Good thing is that it's not a national broadcast, so it should start more or less on time versus last game. And hopefully the Panthers can continue what's been a great stretch for them. They were coming into Wednesday's game on a 7-2-1 run. So if we look at the updated standings, if we want to take a look at the last 10, the Panthers are 7-2-1, and at home they are 9-5-1. And also one other thing that I always like to point out, regulation record. To me, that matters because in the playoffs, overtime is not 3-on-3, it's 5-on-5. So the Panthers coming in with a regulation record of 17-11. Meanwhile, the St. Louis Blues, with yesterday's loss, have dropped to 15-16-3, a little outside the playoff picture in the Western Conference. Now, as you might know, they had relieved their previous coach, Drew Bannister, early in this season. In comes in Jim Montgomery. Panthers fans, of course, know him from his time in Boston, and under Montgomery, they have a record of 6-4-2. So, say hello. We'd be happy to entertain you through the course of this evening. And maybe we'll see a matchup here. I know Joel Hofer is playing today for the St. Louis Blues, kind of an up-and-coming goaltender. Just hasn't quite had the opportunity to be in the spotlight all that much with Binnington as their number one. Craig, what's going on? Good evening to you. How much for the dog you want to buy her? Oh, boy. I can't put a price on this one. She has been with me to the far reaches of my existence. I've had her for now over 10 years, so I just don't know. If you want to give my San Jose Sharks a Stanley Cup, well then we might have a deal. Amanda already getting the party started with the deuce. Cortana treat time. All right, now today we're rocking the produce. We're going with a bountiful harvest. Organic apple. We've got some blueberries. Here we go. Here's one for her. Thank you, Amanda. And we also have some carrots, as you saw here, too. So we've got the fresh goods. Maybe we'll bust out the jerky later on, but Cortana has been getting quite a lot of treats over the last 48 hours. So I want to make sure that she's, a lean, mean, in-shape machine for the upcoming holiday week. And I hope that you all are enjoying your holiday season as well. All right, so again, Blues coming in with a record of 15-16-3. Their leading scorer is Jordan Kyrou with 14 goals and 14 assists in 34 games. Another guy to watch out for typically with the Blues is Robert Thomas, 6 goals and 18 assists in just 22 games, so over a point per game. Pavel Buchnevich has kind of dropped off a little bit, whereas I'm typically used to seeing him around a point per game. You also have Colton Parayko leading the defensemen in scoring, although they're not a very blue line heavy offense. And as I mentioned earlier, Joe Hofer will be in goal for St. Louis, a .907 save percentage in 11 games with a 2.72 goals against average, 1.9 goals saved above average. All right. I hope that hopefully the chat feature is working here. If anybody's trying to chat me in YouTube, I only have access to StreamYard, where everything's being managed right now. So I hope that the messages are getting through okay. And by the way, Jaws, in case anybody hasn't heard yet, he's at this game right now in Sunrise. So Jaws has taken a trip down there with Kyle and hanging out with some family and some of the Panthers community there. So we'll have to see if we can actually. He didn't confirm that this was going to go down, but I messaged him just before this. We'll see if by chance Jaws could actually appear on stream with us here. But that'd be fantastic. All right. And, of course, with the Panthers coming off that 6-1 trouncing of a pretty banged-up Wild Club, but you got to take it. It's a road win against a team that's been remarkably good against Kirill Kaprizov. With the Cats now, Reinhart up to 20 goals and 22 assists in 33 games. Tkachuk, 28 games, 13 goals, 20 helpers. Barkov, we saw him come back from illness, 9 goals, 21 assists. Ekblad in 33 games, 2 goals and 16 assists to lead defenseman. And Bobrovsky getting another win in his most recent game, a .892 save percentage. So still not fantastic by any means, but getting the job done just fine considering all the offensive contributions this team can give you. A 2.88 goals against average, minus 4.6 goals saved above average. So hopefully he has an opportunity to make some improvements there over the course of the year. Kind of figured he'd be there for the second Tampa game. I don't have a confirmation from him on this, but I think he's trying to go to that game if he hasn't bought tickets already. The Tampa game on Monday. He's not going to go to the one on the second one being Panthers being in Tampa on Sunday, and then they'll be back at home on Monday. We will be live here on Monday, so 7 o'clock, just like for this game. And hopefully we can see you around for that as well. And I'm very thankful that for this game, it's not a national broadcast, so I can actually be more or less on time with you guys. Whereas last time, a couple times I was like a minute and a half behind. I don't think I'll be lagging behind nearly that much. I'm watching this through ESPN Plus. All right. Well, Verhaeghe, Barkov, Tkachuk, Luostarinen, Lundell, and Reinhart. So Sam Bennett is back in the lineup. That's something we didn't see in the last game. Bennett will be on the third line with Rodriguez and Samoskevich. We saw him score in the last game. And looks like the fourth line looks the same for Florida. Greer, Nosek, Gadjevich. So I think the only change really here is Sam Bennett checking in. Boqvist is not in this game. I don't know if what that is for, but he was held out of practice today. I read that somewhere. And for the Blues, I know that Radek Faksa has missed the last several games. He'll return to the lineup for St. Louis, as will Philip Broberg, who was acquired when the Blues actually had him sign an offer sheet in the offseason from Edmonton. Him and Dylan Holloway, who's been pretty productive for the Blues so far. So be sure to watch out for Holloway now that he's getting more opportunities there in St. Louis versus where he was last season with Edmonton. Good job on the Gates video. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be releasing something. I hope it's a week from now. It's been taking me a long time. I'd like to do it before I have to head out of town briefly next weekend. And I say that because it's going to be kind of similar to the Link Gates video. It's a similar subject. Gray White, good evening to you. Man, the Sharks, they've dropped 3 straight home games in which they had a lead in the third period. That's the first time it's happened. I heard first time ever, and one source and one other source said it happened back in the 80s with like Toronto or something. Pretty frustrating, but did Eklund score in the last game? I can't remember. I think he did. But yeah, it's been a little tough recently with some of the late game defeats that the Sharks have been suffering. We'll also keep a tab on stuff that's happening throughout the NHL. Let's see here. What's our schedule looking like today? We've got Toronto versus Buffalo. So this would be a nice time for the Sabres to snap out of their 11-game winless streak. Detroit and Montreal. We've got a great one between the Capitals, who have been leading the Eastern Conference for much of this season. They'll take on the Hurricanes, who have been a little bit easier to defeat as of late, but they're still a tough opposition. They've actually, for the most part, had a pretty good offense this year. Rangers, oh God, what turmoil we're seeing over there in New York. They're battling the Dallas Stars. We've got Minnesota versus Utah. And we've got the Avalanche, fresh off their victory against the Sharks. They'll be taking on the Ducks in a 10 o'clock game. So a few games on this Friday night. So we'll keep a tab on what we can. Wonder where our peeps are here. Just want to make sure that our chat's working here. Damien, good evening to you. And guys, yeah, drop your hot takes here. Give me some good hot takes, because hey, for anybody who's in the States, let me say this: if somebody drops a good hot take, I don't have a specific qualifier, but let me know. Is somebody going to score 2 goals tonight, for example? Then I might just have to reward you with something from my channel. But I do have a couple of Twisted Wrister Hockey stickers that I might be willing to give out if you drop a good hot take and it comes true tonight. I also have a couple magnets in what are California Golden Seals colors. There we go. And Trevor, hey, good evening to you, man. Season's greetings. We got a member stream on Twisted Wrister Hockey tomorrow afternoon. Tier ranking Christmas movies. I also have some coasters. So, well, we don't have too many people actually hanging out right now. So, I mean, if you guys maybe let me know which player is going to score the first goal. But you got to hop on it quick, because we might have a bunch of Reinhardts in the chat. All right, Kachuk 2 goals. Okay, that's a hot take. Kachuk 2 goals. Yeah, that'll definitely count as a hot take from Damien here. I guess we'll be getting underway, and yeah, we're at a commercial break right now. Hopefully, that'd be awesome if we could drop the puck here and get things underway. My prediction for this game, I mean, the Panthers, they scored a lot of goals in the last game. So I hope that they've saved a little offense for this one. But Hofer's a tough out, man. He's had a pretty good season as the backup there for Binnington. I'm going to say, last time I said it was going to be a defensive game, it ended up being 6-1 Florida. So I'll go with the Cats here. I like they're absolutely rolling right now. They get Bennett back in the lineup. I'm going to say they come out on top of this one. Let's go 4-2. It might be 3-2 with an empty netter in there. A Bennett goal would be a lifting return. I will count that as a hot take, by the way, Craig. So if we get a Bennett goal, then as long as you're in the States, I can't do this for Canada just because of post costs or mailing costs, then I'll hook you up with a magnet or a sticker. Bobrovsky's playing, by the way, 15-6-1, despite not the best numbers for Bubba this season. All right, we're going to get the puck dropped here. All right, cool. So Blues are going to chip this deep, and we're underway. You're in Oregon. Oh, nice. Cool. So, greetings from next door, albeit pretty far north next door in the north part of Idaho. All right. So we got the fourth line out there for the Cats to start this contest. We'll just get a stoppage here. All right. Hey, what's going on, Jake? How you doing, man? Yeah, the real hockey state, Florida. Yeah, from the state of hockey to, well, from one state of hockey to the other state of hockey. With, what? That's the last, what, 5 Stanley Cup finals has had a team from Florida? Pretty crazy. You can see a Blues upset here, Kevin Green. Kevin Green, Hall of Famer, right? Oh, Reinhardt almost was able to tip that one in. My thing with the Blues is that they might be a little worn out from their game last night against Tampa. Panthers got this. Blues are just so okay. Yeah, I mean, they haven't. The first few games under Montgomery went pretty well for them, but yeah, 6-4-2. That to me is just not going to move the needle enough. We talked about them in our last stream a little bit. I like Holloway. I think that Broberg needed maybe a change of scenery as well. But, there's just... It's kind of like what you were just saying, Jake. It's just kind of a mid-team year after year now. And I just don't really understand what their vision is, going forward. It kind of reminds me of the Islanders. Oh, and Kyrou gets denied by the bat of Bobrovsky. All right, moved to Tkachuk. He's going to shoot from the circle. And pad save there from Hofer. Uh-oh. They got numbers the other way. The shot in front, and Bobrovsky able to kick that away. New line coming over for the Panthers. Samoskevich, who scored in the last game, out to the point. Tip play in front. And Bennett. And the net, and they score. No, they don't. How'd that not go in? Samoskevich. Hofer getting a piece of that. Shout you out if the Blues win. All right. Here, how about this? If the Blues win, Kevin, as long as you're in the States, which I assume you are, I'll hook you up with a sticker or a magnet. It's not flying fluffy stuff, but it's from my channel. I have some little tchotchkes like that. I'd be happy to mail out to people. How are we doing, Cortana? All right, Hofer from behind his net's going to get a clear. Actually, you know what? Screw it. If anybody wants a sticker, you don't need to drop a hot take. If you want a sticker and you're in the U.S., hey, what's up? How you doing, Theo? Sorry, Theo. Just for postage costs here. I got plenty of postage stamps, so I'd be happy to mail something out for you guys. But yeah, I welcome your hot takes. All right. Hofer once again from behind his net, scooped up by Lundell. Trying to get this behind the net for Luostarinen. Reinhardt scoops it up. Backhands it back to the point. Over to Mikkola, who had what? He had 2 goals last game, didn't he? Blues are able to move this out of their zone. It might be a 2-on-1. Here's Falk. A shot from neighbors. Bob got a good piece of that. So yeah, there have been a couple odd man rushes. Now the Cats can change up as Hofer. That was kind of an awkward awkward ricochet, but they were able to move it up ice. Now Bobrovsky, he gives it away, and I'm almost kind of surprised that didn't go in. One-timer saved by Bob, and the Blues getting some good looks early in this period. Verhaeghe's going to get one tonight. Jets aren't going to go to the conference final. I never know what to expect from Winnipeg. It's because when I think they're not going to be good, then they're good. And then when I say, hey, this team is deadly, then they let me down. I mean, there's only so much that Hellebuck's been able to do for them in the playoffs. But yeah, Verhaeghe, I'd like a little card for Verhaeghe tonight. He hasn't had quite the scoring touch that we're used to, right? Last year they exposed Hellebuck. I mean, not easy facing what, they lost to Colorado, right? No, wait, Dallas lost to Colorado. No, Colorado beat Winnipeg and then beat, yeah, that's right. And then they lost to Dallas. All right, so we go to the first commercial break. All right, well, Cortana hasn't seen any goals yet, so she's got to at least get a treat for being a good girl so far. And I'm going to give her food at intermission. There you go, sweetie. What a good girl. Pulling for Dallas last year. Yeah, for Pavelski. But even despite losing him, actually, they've also lost Seguin to injury. But wow, that's really weird. But Dallas is still a deadly team. And, I mean, shoot, Jason Robertson and Wyatt Johnston, they haven't been scoring nearly as many goals, right? Also, like Ottinger. Oh, yeah, when he's in beast mode, he's probably one of the most talented goaltenders. But yeah, right now, let's see here. For Dallas, Duchesne leads the team in scoring. That's kind of nuts. Mason Marchment's second on the team in scoring. Then Robertson. Yeah, Dallas they have a lot of depth this year. Check this out. 13 players have at least 11 points on that team. But yeah, they haven't had a lot of top-end production from the usual suspects, from the Wyatt Johnstons, from the Rope Hinces, you know? They've been much more of a defensive team. They've allowed the fewest goals in the NHL. All right. Panthers, are they offside here? No, play goes on. And now it's offside. Good girl. All right. Blues top line out there now. Oh, out in front, and nice interception there from Samskevich. Keep that away from Buchnevich. But Rodriguez lost control there, and Blues are going to try to chip this back in. But a nice job by Schmidt standing up the Blues at the blue line. Through 7 minutes here, the Blues registering 4 shots on goal, and the Cats at 2. Oh. Reinhardt in the corner. Lundell. Nice job by Falk to fight that off. Still behind the net, though. Sent out to the point. Lundell. A little fancy back pass. One-timer at the point. And that just goes wide of the net. Kulikov. Good possession here. Another shot from the point, and that gets blocked in front. St. Louis getting it ahead. And a good back check there from the home team, and they'll come again. Dumped behind the net. Now big Colton Parayko takes a hit, gets the clear, and regrouping now is Loesterinen. Greer now drawing 2 defenders behind the net. At the goal line, worked back, and a nice interception there, and the Blues will advance this into the Panthers zone. Move to the top of the circle. A Cam Fowler, yeah. That's right, the Blues had traded for him, last week? Longtime Anaheim Ducks defenseman. Hey, what's up, Nick? How you doing, man? Did you have a good time at the recent Hawks game? Ooh. That was a good setup there in front of the net. And Panthers trying to keep this in the zone. Whacked at by Barkov. And now Shen gets stripped. Verhaeghe looking to center it in front for Tkachuk, but that gets picked off by Falk. All right. Still in the Blues zone there. Barkov got stripped. And Neighbors from center ice trying to chip it. But Schmidt can regroup. Barkov into the zone. Hands it over to Verhaeghe. A shot and looking for a top corner, but it ramps off of Hofer's stick and goes out of play. Kyrou for half a goal. Do I think he's going to score? How about this? If he scores, if Jordan Kyrou scores, then I will give you a sticker. So let's send a prayer to the hockey gods that if anybody for St. Louis scores tonight, this is a Panthers channel, so I have to put the if there. It's going to be number 25 in white. I thought I saw a message about that, Nick. That's cool. Did you tell them to sell the team? First game you went to this season that they won. Oh, well, that's always good too, I guess. Then you get your money's worth. All right, Bennett. And the Blues win this draw. Parayko skating out from behind his net. A loose puck bobbling to the Panthers zone. Rodriguez, he shoots, and a blocker saved by Hofer. Lost sight of the puck, but it was scooped up by a teammate. Alex Texier, actually. That's right, I forgot he was a Blue. Oh, and that one's going to trickle in for the Blues. It's Oscar Sundqvist, and the Blues are on top first. Now, I will give Cortana a treat because she's a good girl, but less enthusiastically will I dole out said treat. Here, we'll make it a carrot. How about that? Greetings from Russia. All right. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us. That's one, yeah. And yeah, Bobrovsky just not hugging the post enough. Just a little backhander there from just outside the crease by Sundqvist. And 10 minutes into the game, the Blues have struck first. And friend Jaws and Kyle probably not all that satisfied at this moment. What do we need to do now? Do we need to lift weights? Is that what we would do right now? We're actually going to get a holding penalty, though. And the Panthers will be going on the power play. But first, we'll get a commercial break. So we got to have that big PP energy, right? You end up getting a Mrazek's game used stick. Wow, how do you do that? That's pretty awesome to get a goalie stick. Thunder and Cavaliers. Both of those teams are looking pretty good, aren't they? Watching the Wings Habs game, Hudson looks smooth. Yeah, I still need to. I know I've watched one game earlier in the season, one Montreal game, but I got to get back and watch some more because looks like he's still in that running for the Calder Trophy, right? Lane Hudson. Thunder and Cavs are very good. Yeah, who's the guy on the Thunder? Is his name Jalen Williams? Or am I thinking of the guy on the Lions? Well, there's a guy who went to my college on the Thunder, who's pretty good. We haven't produced that many NBA players, but he's one of them. Let's see here. Yeah, Hudson coming in. Ooh, wow. Only one goal, but he's got 22 total points in 31 games. As a rookie, that's pretty damn impressive. Santa Clara, Jake, the alma mater of the great Hall of Famer Steve Nash. But these days, I actually live much closer to Gonzaga. Yeah, I did. Yeah. All right. Here's Kachuk skating in. And a lot of traffic there in front of the net, but couldn't quite get a shot on goal. This is a Panthers power play, of course. All right. Onto the wing for Verhaeghe, but it was an errant pass, and Bobrovsky's going to have to settle this down for Ekblad behind the net as the first minute of the man advantage winds down. And now moved around the net, scooped up by Barkov, stripped there by Scandella. Broberg, excuse me. He wears that same number. Verhaeghe shoots off a stick, and somebody got plonked in front. It's Philip Broberg, and he's on his knees right now. It looks like he's going to be okay, but that had to have rung his bell a little bit. Jalen Williams, okay. Oh, I'm thinking of Jamison Williams, right? That's the guy on the Lions. Is that right, Cortana? Here, you want a carrot, girl? Good girl. Well, looks like Broberg should be fine, so that's good. Didn't see any blood on the ice. Yeah, actually, he's fine. No blood. Yeah, just went off his helmet. All right. Ekblad, nice little one touch. Oh, and a chance in front. Barkov nearly able to slam it home. Still alive, though. Nice block there by Robert Thomas, but another turnover. And finally chipped out by Parayko with 20 seconds left in the power play. Now Bennett. He'll receive this pass. On the wing now, Samoskevich sends it around for Bennett, excuse me. At the point, Forsling. Oh, that goes off the side of the net. And now Bennett feeds it back to the point. Forsling looking for the one-timer. Wide and around the net. Still alive in the zone as the power play expires. Forsling setting up the one-timer, saved by Hofer. And skied out of the zone and finally cleared down. Hey, what's up, Rick? How you doing, man? All right. And so the Cats are now 0 for 1 on the power play. All right, at the dot, a shot, and did Bobrovsky get a piece of that? Looks like it went out of play with 7:15 left in the first period. Also, to check on our scores tonight, the Maple Leafs are up 2-0 on the hapless Buffalo Sabres. Matthews and McMahon, goal scorers for Toronto so far. We also have the Canadiens on top of the Red Wings 1-0. How do we feel about Forgiev? Not thrilled. Give him a little time, right? We got to see how our goaltending coaches are able to work with him. But yeah, it sucks that you see that disparity between him and Blackwood. I miss Blackwood already, but hopefully Forgiev can get down to 3 Giev, right? Also, of course, with Vanacek being out, Askarov's probably going to get a couple games in. What about Dogs? Sabres, they should give up. Well, what needs to happen is they need new ownership. It's it's that executive level management or leadership that is just not there in Buffalo. For the football team, yes. For the hockey team, hard no. A fictional version of the NHL, the alternative timeline of the NHL. If the Blues had moved to Saskatoon, you don't want to give up on him yet. Yeah, too early for that. VGK, hey, what's going on? Good evening to you. Don't appreciate the Sharks giving the Avalanche Blackwood. I mean, I was kind of like, wait, we got a second, but Blackwood, I think he could have fetched a little bit more than that. We also got Nikolai Kovalenko, who so far has been performing pretty well. At least he's chipping in some offense for us. Give the Sharks the Stanley Cup in 2005. Yeah, if we're talking about the alternative timeline of the NHL, or you could give it to the Buffalo Sabres. Blues don't move to Saskatoon. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't even alive when that was a rumor or a possibility, if that at all. All right, 6 minutes left here. Barkov trying to get it cleared down, but now the Blues will be offside. Blues stuck on 5 shots to the Panthers 7. It's now 1-1 between the Habs and Red Wings. Patrick Kane, his 476th goal, if I'm correct. We also have, through 14 minutes of play, a 0-0 game between the Hurricanes and the Capitals. Saskatoon Blues. Yeah, that sounds kind of nice, doesn't it? When the WHO was founded, the Cincinnati Stingers were already in the NHL. Oh, interesting. I actually met somebody who was drafted by them. He was randomly at my sports bar last year. Cool dude. All right. Panthers regrouping. Forsling. Now they're just waiting for some skaters to change up here. All right. Sent into the blue zone. Retrieved by Perunovic. Good pressure, though. Scooped and skated out. Chipping it down is Torchenko. Gives Mikkola a ride. There's Kulikov. Almost coughs it up, but Erod is there. And now Bennett to the wing. Samoskevich. And played by Hofer around the net, but turned over. Bennett. He's got a couple teammates. Shot from Mikkola and a save by Hofer off the former blue. Kulikov. Around the net, Bennett. Battling against, is that Perunovic there? Yes, it is. Rodriguez trying to find somebody out in front from behind the net. Loose puck. And now chipped out by St. Louis. Hey, Curly. We need some more treats for Cortana. And some goals. Throw a treat, and she'll be lucky. She'll be our good luck charm. Well, I can do that. I've got plenty of treats. All right, and the Blues will ice this with 4:01 now left in the period. All right, Blues trying to fight off this pressure here from Barkov. Verhaeghe off the turnover. Back to Barkov. Looking to center it, feed it back to the point. Forsling. Around the net, knocked down, though, by Parayko. Good coordination there. And now into the Panthers zone and chipped for Forsling to play. The North Stars stay in Minnesota, along with the second Atlanta team staying. So they won't be called the Thrashers, though. Oh, interesting. All right. A loose puck at the top of the Panthers zone. Lundell able to advance it behind the St. Louis net. Broberg playing it to a teammate on the wing. A nice back check here from Luostarinen. So we're now below 3 minutes. All right, to the trailer. Maybe a chance. A shot. Oh, big pad save there from Hofer. Now coming the other way. The Blues trying to flip this one behind the net, but Bobrovsky's getting touched this up. All right. Bennett. Good to see him back in the lineup, of course. Helping force a turnover. Erod. And now Bennett at the top of the zone. Barely keeping it in. To the other point. Hofer. And stripped. Out to the point. Kulikov. A shot from the slot. And I can't tell if that went off of Bennett in front. But it's still alive in the zone for the time being. Andres. Oh, and off the side of the net there from Samoskevich. And a tripping and no call. Huh. Bennett went down there. I thought that was probably going to get a whistle. But good to have you here, Andres. And from center ice, here comes Rodriguez. Trying to send it deep. Cleared down by the Cats. Verhaeghe. And Tkachuk from behind the net. Oh, yeah, Ryan Suter plays for the Blues. That's right. A shot from the point and into the trapper of Hofer with a $1:13 remaining. We'll get one more commercial break here. What's up, Mr. Vids? The Sharks will be a part of the 67 expansion. Oh, interesting. Well, I guess, there was a team in the area in 67 with the Golden Seals. The Golden Seals, of course, lasted for 8 years in the Bay Area until moving to Cleveland for 2 years. Then they dissolve into the North Stars, the Cleveland Barons do. And eventually, when a team is awarded to San Jose in 1991, some of the North Stars prospects, essentially, are drafted into the Sharks organization. Oh. And by the way, if you see Jaws it's just me as Jaws. I'm Jaws here. Very glad they gave a team to San Jose. Yeah, and what's crazy is it went to somebody who had a stake in the Cleveland Barons. Utah's lucky with the players. You think they can compete for the playoffs? Yeah, they're starting to play better. They got lots of good offensive weapons. I liked what they did in the offseason getting John Marino and Mikhail Sergachev. And right now, Utah would technically be in the playoffs right now. If it's based on record, it's basically a three-way tie for a wild card spot between Calgary, Colorado, and Utah. It's like they're all neck and neck. As the California Sharks. It's really funny. In the World Hockey Association, there was actually a team for 1 year or 2 years called the Los Angeles Sharks. All right, at the top of the zone, here's Forsling. Panthers dominating in shot attempts, by the way. Now from behind the net, a one-timer, Ekblad, and a little wide. Barkov trying to get something going there, but it's taken away by Parayko. Onto the wing. Looking for Shen, but it's going to Karam to Bobrovsky, and Bubba will cover up with 48 seconds remaining. Hope you guys are having a good time with us. Please do leave a thumbs up if you could, ever so kindly. That does help our channel out. Andres, early Sharks, 2000 Sharks jerseys were awesome. You know what? I like the white one, and the black one holds a special place in my heart. That was my first jersey. I didn't like the teal one, though. I didn't like all the silver on it. I don't think it's like a horrible jersey. It's just that I think the Sharks have had better dark jerseys in their history. All right. Any other scores to update you on? Okay, the Capitals strike first against the Hurricanes. The 12th of the year from Alexei Protas, one of these Capitals who's made some big offensive strides between this year and last year. Oh boy. Also, Tage Thompson leveled Austin Matthews earlier in that game. The Dolphins logo sucks. Well, I'm not wearing a jersey today. I'm just wearing, I'm wearing one of my shirts, Twisted Wrister shirt. Because, a shot from the point. And in the final second, Blues trying to maybe get one more shot off, but that's going to be the end of the first period. So yeah, Cortana and I are matching. I've got my logo, and you can see that she's wearing the logo as well. And then maybe on Monday's game, Cortana will wear her Christmas sweater. I like the Dolphins. I like the, of course, like the Merino era logo, right? Like those unis were pretty sweet. Cortana's on patrol for grunts and jackals. All right, so that is first intermission. I'm gonna feed Cortana, but I brought her food upstairs. I think we can make that work. I'm gonna get myself a beverage too. I'll be right back, guys. P for the D, right? The 72 logo. Oh, okay. Is that different from the Merino era one, or maybe like slightly different? Thank you, Andres. Yeah, yeah. Isn't she cute? And she knows she's cute, so she can get anything she wants. All right, be right back. Girl, I need Cortana. I need you to be my star for right now. Okay. Here, girl. Psst, psst. Hey, hey, come here. Come lie down. Lie down. Down. Thank you. Thank you. Stay there. Okay, stay. You wanna do that? Stay there, girl. Atta girl. Good job. All right. All right. There we go. All right. Thanks for your patience there. Plus, I didn't just have to pee. I have to get myself a beverage, right? There we go. Well, one nothing at first. Oh, shoot. 1-0 at first intermission. Not a terrible performance from the Panthers. It's just that they haven't been able to quite cash in on their opportunities. You know, Joel Hofer has had a good season so far for the Blues. So it's going to take a little bit more to do something against them, I think. There we go. Hi, girl. Wanna get up close and personal? What are we doing, boo? What do you want from me, girl? Is that your frisbee? Is that your frisbee over there? Do you want me to throw your frisbee? Eric, what's going on, man? On break at work. Hopefully I can join for at least the third period. Enjoy the game, everyone. And thank you. I will make sure that Cortana enjoys all of these little goodies that I'm about to give her on your behalf. Here, girl. Here's some apple. Here's a blueberry. Cortana doesn't really like blueberries that much, but she likes carrots. There you go. Good girl. Thank you, Eric. Who would like to see the Russian national team at tournaments? Well, first I'd like to know what their lineup could look like, but you know, I'm hopeful that maybe they can return to international competition, you know, soon. You know, I want to see the best hockey players out there, but that's kind of its own topic. But yeah, you could see guys like, of course, Ovechkin, Panarin, Kucherov, right? Like, we're talking about some of the great players of our time. I mean, at the same time, it's unfortunate that there's some other countries who are out of the who aren't playing in the Four Nations face-off, like Czechia or Slovakia's got some good young talents too. Became a hockey fan because of Pavel Bure, the Russian Rocket. Yeah, you gonna show us your frisbee, Cortana? Get your frisbee. By the way, it's now 2-2 between the Canadiens and Red Wings. Jeff Petrie and Jake Evans have joined the scoring party there. At first intermission, the Maple Leafs are defeating the Sabres by a score of 2-0. You also have the Blue. Well, yeah, that's our game. The Blues on top of the Panthers. Capitals on top of the Hurricanes 1-0 at the moment. And then tonight we've got 3 games starting at 8 Eastern. We've got the Rangers 15-15-1. Yikes. Against the Dallas Stars, just 19-12. Just going about their business. And we've got Utah taking on the Minnesota Wild and the Colorado Avalanche battling against the Anaheim Ducks. By the way, guys, we got a picture from Jaws and Kyle. Look at these handsome sons of guns. Here we go. Everybody, Jaws just sent us a picture. Here they are. There they are. Wait, there we go. They say hello, of course. What's with the New York Rangers? I can't figure that out, man. I mean, they had mostly the same team that they did last year, right? With them, I mean, it's more about, look, you got arguably the best goaltender in the world. People have not been happy with how they've played defensively, which surprises me. I haven't watched as much hockey this year as previous years, but I figured that they would have had a good defense, right? I thought the problem though is that their stars kind of vanish when it counts most in the postseason, right? Is this the undisclosed location? Yes, you're correct. Nice pick. Yeah, I know, right? That's very charming. Man, I can't imagine the last time they were at a game. Looking great, guys. Just showed the viewers. Yeah. All right, girl. Cortana's got this thing's kind of raggedy, but we have candy corn. Yeah, you want it? No, Cortana, you don't get a sip of my beer. What is it? Oh my gosh, you goof. Well, I have plenty of treats. Plenty of carrots, plenty of apples and blueberries. Yeah. Oh, there you are, Trey. How are they at the game when they're in Vegas training for the fight? Well, Jaws has a body double. That's how he's able to like do the recaps, the streams, the noon streams, the member stuff. Like Jaws has a body double, in case you didn't know. Yeah, his body double, by the way, is named Claus. So, yeah. And Claus, by the way, is also a Panthers fan. Can't tell if I'm joking. I do have a very good delivery for sarcasm. No, the only brother that I know with Jaws is brother Gene, who I think is trying to go. I think Gene's going to be going to the game with them on Monday, I want to say. A lot of odd rush goals against in the last 10 games. Oh, against the Rangers. But Igor's one of the best. Should probably be making more stops. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of you got to make saves at key moments in the game. I kind of see a parallel with the NFL where they talk about like game flow, right? There are times when the goaltender is only going to face 20 shots in the game, and they might let 3 goals in, but still be playing really well. But then that fourth goal, right? When your team has maybe come back or something, they're fighting to come back from a 2 goal deficit, right? And it's like, okay, you get within one, and then it's that goal that happens after that, where it's like, sure, it's a difficult save, but the goaltender has to make that one. But I haven't been following the Range. I haven't watched. Have I watched a single Rangers game this year? I don't think I actually have. That's how tuned out I've been recently. Excuse me. Yup. It's good seeing Samoskevich get some good opportunity though. He's he's had some good jump in this game, of course, and I think he's gained some confidence with getting on the board in the last game. Why don't more countries participate in international competition? Excuse me. Well, one thing is that when it comes to international ice hockey, it's called the IIHF, the International Ice Hockey Federation. And many countries have IIHF teams. It's just that there are various divisions of competition. So, in other words, there might be, a team Luxembourg in the IIHF, or there might be a team Kenya. Kenya is a recent addition to the IIHF. But, of course, they can't compete against even some of the European clubs, right? So, with the I would like to see, 4 nations eventually expand to something more akin to what we see with like the World Championships or the Winter Olympics. Get more countries involved that way. It's only the first tournament of its kind, but yeah, I mean there are good teams that you can build with countries like Germany and Switzerland and whatnot. Not going to be entirely NHL rosters, but they're going to have more players on those rosters who are making an impact at the NHL level. It's an in-season tournament. I believe it's replacing the All-Star game. You're correct. Yes, you are correct. The 4 nations face-off will happen in place of the All-Star game. Sorry about that. Just need to readjust here. Sorry, Cortana. What are you expecting from me anyway, girl? You're always expecting something from me, aren't you? You can expect me to clean out your ear later tonight. Yeah, I mean, I hope that with the 4 nations, I hope that I would think that we're gonna have good crowds. It's in Montreal and Boston. And it'd be really cool at some point to actually get that hosted in Sweden and in Finland. And then don't forget, we've got the World Juniors coming up at the end of this month. So you'll get to see some NHL prospects and some players who are eligible for the upcoming draft. So that should be something fun to watch over the holidays. Yeah. Unless you have a food coma like Cortana will. And then, yeah, we have, about 14 months or so until the Winter Olympics, which will be, I think in Italy somewhere, right? I'm looking forward to those, right? Because we'll have NHL players at the next Winter Olympics. So, for the first time ever, we get to see Connor McDavid play in the Winter Olympics. We'll get to see Austin Matthews for Team USA. We'll get to see... just trying to think of like some other players who haven't played in the Winter Olympics at the NHL level, but like maybe Bedard will be good enough to make Canada by then. Same with Celebrini. Yeah, let's see here. What days is the Four Nations face-off? Four Nations hockey tournament. February 13th and 17th. So the 13th, the 15th, and the 17th. At least those are the initial games, right? Yeah, so it starts February 12th with Canada versus Sweden. The next day will be USA and Finland. Then 2 days later, that's Saturday, February 15th, we'll have Finland versus Sweden. That's going to be fun. And of course, even better, we'll have US versus Canada. And then 2 days after that, Monday the 17th, Canada versus Finland, Sweden versus USA. And then basically, whichever two teams have the best record out of their first three games, then they'll play each other in the championship game on Thursday, February 20th. Green Loogie. So the big surprise is Jaws and Kyle will be going to the game this weekend. I think they're going to be going to the game on Monday, but they're at the one tonight. So I just showed this a few minutes ago. Here they are right now. Easy, girl. There they are. Matthews USA jersey. The USA ones might be the most underwhelming, you know. Of course, like the Canadian jersey looks solid, but to me it's all about the trade. Like the Trey Kroner's pretty iconic, man. Obviously hoping for no injuries. Yeah, that I do not want to see that either. Yeah, I wonder what row they're in. But yeah, they look like they're pretty far down, so they must have some. I mean, if you're going to your first game in eternity, you got to splurge for the primo seats, I think. Indiana versus Notre Dame. Oh, football. Yeah, that's crazy that Indiana, they have a good football team apparently. Oh shoot, Jaws also sent me a video, but the problem is that I have an Android phone. So I cannot get good videos from iPhone users. It's pretty awful. But yeah, this is where they're sitting right now. So it looks like they're behind the home goal. Oh yeah. Actually, I can kind of show that. Come on, phone, we can do it. No, not really. It looks awful. As it's snowing at Notre Dame, I don't know. But that's cool that the college football playoffs have expanded. All right, we're gonna be yeah, we're underway with the second period, by the way. Oh, sorry. Yeah. But we need some goals, guys. We need some goals. We need to like, what do I need to do? I need to like put the scarf around me. You see, I do have a Panther scarf. You can't really see it in the shot right now, but I do have one. Oh, and a save by Hofer off the shot from Rodriguez, and he'll cover up. You don't really like the Four Nations jerseys? I mean, Sweden's are king. I think they're overall okay, but yeah, the USA one. I like when the USA wears like more royal blue instead of navy blue. But then again, like Czechia and Slovakia, like they have the same colors otherwise. And save by Hofer, and that'll go out of play off the point shot from Ekblad, who did have a goal in the last game. You need Kyle and Josh to drink beer out of the cup. Amen to that. I would, whatever that would cost to get to see, I would sponsor that if I could. First intermission, by the way, the Capitals are up 1-0 on the Hurricanes. All right, Pareko. And nice tie up there from Balinskis. And that trickles out of the blue zone. Did a fan bring them down or the organization. So what happened, to my understanding, is that there is a Jaws will have to confirm this with me or with you guys, but one of the big fans of this Flying Fluffy community happens to be a fairly well-known. Well, he's a trainer for professional tennis players, and so the actual tennis player got in touch with Jaws and said, "Hey, I want this guy's a big my trainer, my coach is a huge fan of yours, and so we'd be willing to." Or she said, "I'd be willing to fly you down here to go to a game." So that's how he ended up getting down there. I'm similar to my dog. Well, yeah, they take on the personality of their owner. Hey Cortana, can we not lick our puppy parts on screen though? Goofball. Yeah, please have a blueberry for your breath. You're a good girl. That's so awesome. Yeah, they totally do, don't they, Green Loogie? These guys, every game, they do live streams, they do recaps, they do previews, they do everything, right? But I'm happy to be their understudy while they're away. Not to mention, it's a good opportunity for me to test out my new microphone. All right, about 2 minutes by here in the opening period, or excuse me, in the second period now, with the Cats leading in shots 12-7. Nice move by Lindell to chip that by the defender. Now working against Kyrou, he sends it cross ice. Forsling trying to pry this away, but corralled by Holloway. Yeah, it definitely is Green Loogie. All right, now Nico Mikkola. A little miscommunication with his partner there. A shot off the end boards. Oh, and that goes just wide of Bobrovsky's pad. Now in comes Carter Verhaeghe. I think we need a little Carter Verhaeghe fire here. You know, we need him to light a spark for this team. Kulikov from behind the net. Good support from Tkachuk. Now Mikkola, that puck gets away from him and played up to Toropchenko. Big Alexei Toropchenko. Out to the point. Shot and blocked in front. Verhaeghe centers it for Mikkola. And controlled by Kulikov. From center ice, Verhaeghe. He'll dump it around. Touched up by Hofer for Perunovic as the Cats will change up. Yeah, same here, Jake. Yeah, Jaw's been a friend of mine for a few years now. Panthers need to find a way to get a little more zone time here, though. Balinskis and Gadjevich. He lost that to Sundqvist, who has the lone goal in this game so far. That's right, Jake. Yeah. I mean, I probably just hung out in their streams a bunch. Because, I've been watching the Panthers a lot myself for the past 6 years, 7 years. Oh, Cortana, you want some more apple, girl? There you go, girl. There you go. Good girl. I love watching Cortana chew apples. It's pretty cute. Here, have another one, girl. Little piece. Yeah, that's a good girl. Okay. Sent down into the Panthers' corner. And, taken down there was Forsling. No call. No, didn't look like a penalty. Lundell, little spinorama. And Reinhart gets stripped. Neighbors take some contact and regrouping the Panthers' defense. And now maybe a chance for the Cats here. Here comes Reinhart, a shot, and that goes out of play. Oh, pardon. The carbonation from the beer made me burp. I had actually mute my microphone. That one was thunderous. That's maybe offside there. I don't know. We're attacking poorly. Hasn't been all that good. Has not been too good. All right, Hofer to his defenseman. Now Barkov off the turnover. Kachuk hands it back. Kulikov to the other side for Mikula. Shot. Trying to get a piece of that was Barkov. It's alive in the zone still. Here's Verhaeghe looking cross ice, but he telegraphed it. And skating ahead, Kyrou. Here he comes. Trying to get around Bobrovsky. Lost a handle on it. Otherwise, he might have actually had a backhander into the net. Kept in from the point. And now Kulikov able to shovel that. Into the blue zone comes Barkov. Gets around Parayko. And he heels the puck as it gets skated out here by the Blues. And now Holloway over to Shen. Oh, he had Parayko in front. And somebody's down for the Blues and slow to get up. Shen skating over to the bench with the first 6 minutes gone by in this period. A shot and a save by Bobrovsky. He'll cover up with 13:48 remaining. So we go to the first commercial break. Not particularly stellar for the Panthers at this moment, but all it takes is one goal, and momentum can shift back to their side. Hopefully. Now the Maple Leafs are on top of the Sabres 4-1. Max Domi joins the scoring party, as does Nick Robertson. Goals in back-to-back games for Jason Robertson's brother. The lone goal from J.J. Peterka for Buffalo. So the Sabres right now, plenty of time left in their game, albeit trailing by 3 goals, maybe reaching a 12-game winless streak. Oh, my goodness. It could always be worse. It could always be much worse, Panthers fans. It could always be worse. Or you could be waiting for your team to be competitive again, like my Sharks. Although my Sharks have been pretty competitive as of late, just when we're not playing the Panthers or the Lightning. Still 2-2 between the Canadiens and Red Wings. Actually, speaking of 2-2, I heard recently, I think Jordan 2-2 has been, I want to say, sober now for 14 years or something like that. Longtime pest Jordan 2-2. I saw a post from him on X today. It was from, I think, yesterday. Yeah, 14 years sober, so I want to tip the cap to Jordan 2-2. You know, a lot of guys who played tough games in the NHL. Not all of them being enforcers, but they had problems with substance abuse and the effects of CTE. Some of them, and we'll be actually talking about that in an upcoming video on my channel. Put Nikita Kucherov on the Sharks, and who knows, maybe they could be a playoff team. You could put Nikita Kucherov on defense for the Sharks, and that would be an upgrade over half of our guys. All right, at the dot, skating in, backhander. Oh, how did that not go in? All right, kept in by Ekblad. He shoots, tip play. Oh, I don't know if that quite got on goal. I hope my audio sounds good today, tonight. By the way, we had a little trouble last game. All right, Ekblad from his corner. He's gonna get a shove here, and Thomas. Ooh, he nearly had a teammate streaking into the slot. And from center ice, the Blues, Parayko. Hard bounce off the boards. Nice play. Oh, Forsling gets danced around a little bit there. A shot from the point from Fowler. And cleared out by Florida. And they're kind of reeling a little bit here. (12-9), the shots favor the Panthers. So even so, we're almost halfway through this game. That's not very many. But yeah, they don't seem to have their legs quite as much. Although Bennett does look pretty good coming back from his ailment. Texier now. A drop pass and a shot that gets blocked. Behind the net. St. Louis has some big guys out there, that's for sure. A one-timer, and Bobrovsky able to swallow that up in the breadbasket with 11:46 remaining here in period number 2. Pardon. Here, Cortana, have some more apple. You're being a good girl. Good girl. Here, that was a carrot. We'll give you some apple, huh? Skadoosh. There you go. Good girl. We now go to the Cortana cam close-up. Camera shy? Sure you are. You a good girl? Yeah, you say hi to everybody? Good girl. I love controlling the camera like this. Totally an upgrade for me with my live streams. Still waiting for the Hurricanes to get their first goal tonight against the Capitals, but Washington is not making that come easily. All right, retrieved here. And Gadjevich trying to get the clear. Not quite. Yeah, 10, AJ Greer. I'm thinking Tarasenko. Hate to turn this into a Shark stream, but I'm so happy we don't suck anymore. Well, we don't have as many folks here as we did in the last game, so that's fine. If you give me some talking points, that's cool. Yeah, this season as a Sharks fan has been entertaining largely because of Celebrini, but you know, we're seeing Eklund take another step forward in his young career. That's great. Will Smith, it hasn't quite come yet. I'm kind of like, oh, come on, when's this kid gonna put it together? But I think he needs to be back in the top 6, honestly. Granlund has been fantastic. It sucks that we don't have Blackwood anymore because he was a lot of fun for us. Making 50 saves against the Panthers just a couple weeks ago. But yeah, as a Sharks fan, you can see them slowly turning the corner, right? But there are still some big decisions to be made. For one, they have a lot of guys under cap next year who I don't really want on the team. I think that their jobs could be occupied by somebody else from the prospect pool. All right, lifted clear by the Panthers as we are now officially halfway through this game. And the Panthers have been really on their heels over the last few minutes. 58 Music just woke up. Last thing you remember was searching the ticket apps, planning to go to the game. I guess I'm not going to the game tonight. But hey, if you go on Monday, Jaws and Kyle might be there because that's where they are tonight. Yeah, like the Sharks don't need Delandria on their roster next year. They don't need who else is on the is Cunnin on the roster next year? I can't remember. Cunnin's been playing pretty well this year. Even though if we missed him or if he departed in the offseason, I wouldn't mind. Jan Ruda. Yeah, Jan Ruda. with the Sharks, those guys should be on the trading block in case a team is decimated by injuries at that position. I'd even say Mario Ferraro, even though like I like the guy a lot. I mean, I think he can be a pretty good depth defenseman, but yeah, he's not cut out for the role that he has to play. But the dude gives it his all. Andrew, what's going on? So I don't know how to say your last name. I'm going to take a crack at it. Is it Beauchene? Like Steve Duchesne? How's the game so far? Florida a little sluggish, I want to say. Oh, Balinskis! He scores! Keep asking those questions. Who thought the first goal was going to come from Uvis Balinskis? Let's give her a couple of apples here. Yeah. All right. Awesome. And I'll update the score. There's one for Cortana here. Let's give her another one. Top down camera, the net front camera. Whoop. And there she goes. Strike a pose. It's Fluffy Vogue. All right. Thank God. Uvis Balinskis. Henny. Bruins run Florida. What? Well, at least the Bruins are back to being the Bruins, kind of. Because I got to, if looking ahead to the playoffs, I would not mind seeing another battle between those two teams, or Bruins versus Tampa. Yeah, Cortana's right here. So like, here I am. See? There she is. The Sharks are good. Yeah. Yeah, Celebrini is very talented. And we have some other very good prospects who maybe we can see a couple of those really good prospects next year. We also have Askarov. Oh, here's the trailer pass. A shot for the Blues, and Texier gets denied by Bobrovsky. Excuse me. So Bubba's holding down the fort. Okay, you too, man. Well, here, Henny. I'm not even a Panthers. That's not even my favorite team. I'm substituting for Jaws and Kyle because they're at the game. I'm a Sharks fan, dog. Here's the proof. Yeah, there it is. Got the fin. Fear the fin. Couture. Yeah, I think we talked about him a little bit last stream. But yeah, on the subject of the Bruins, I mean, what's Elias Lindholm been up to the last few games? Because he has not been producing all that much, because he hasn't been shooting all that much. 5 goals and 12 assists. That's all we got from Lindholm so far. Anyway, we go to a commercial break. Uvis Balinskis. That's a G from the D tonight. By the way, the Maple Leafs extending their lead to now 5-1. Oh my goodness. It's a massacre against the Sabres yet again. As Max Pacioretty. It's kind of weird seeing him in blue, but he's got his 5th of the year from Nylander and Tavares. My team, Sharks. I grew up just south of there. Sharks beat the Knights that playoff run. They will always have your respect. Nice. I went to Game 7, actually. And I was at Games 1 and 2. But yeah, Game 7, craziest thing I've ever seen in hockey. Are the Sabres the worst team in hockey? Right now? It's them or the Blackhawks right now, yeah? But at least the Blackhawks won their last game. These guys are the worst team in hockey. I mean, yeah, we're going on basically a 12-game winless streak after tonight. Yeah, but I started following the Panthers probably back in 2018. during the days of Huberdeau and Dodonov. Dodonov was my guy. And Duclair too. The Duke. And the Duke played for my team last year, and even though he didn't even last the full season, and even though he's a Tampa Bay Bolt right now, Anthony Duclair, you were a good Shark. I don't see anything from these Sabres yet, really. Respect Buffalo, but next year they will bounce back. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. I thought last year I was like, hey, this team's gonna make the playoffs. They got the beast Tage Thompson. They've got the workhorse from Whitehorse. They've got, piss and vinegar Rasmus Dahlin. They had young goaltenders that could be a dynamite tandem. By the way, how is Duclair doing over there in Tampa? He's only played 5 games because he's declaring he's hurt, or he's been hurt for most of the year. Poor guy. But yeah, Duclair was a good Shark. And at times he was a very effective Panther. Duclair's with the Islanders, excuse me. Yeah, we traded him to Tampa. That's right. Thank you for clarifying, Jake. A shot from Losterinen, and around the net it goes. There's a Panther down. It's Gadjevich. Yes, you're correct, Matthew. Stapleton. It's a good last name. And now Lundell. Ooh, kind of a risky centering pass there. And Gadjevich is receiving some attention there from the bench. It was a big signing. Yeah, it was a big signing for Lou Lamoriello because he doesn't do anything to his roster otherwise. Chance here and a save by Bobrovsky off of... Who was that, Holloway? I don't know. I'm just throwing a name out there, but that was a hell of a save off of Cam Fowler, I guess. All right, here we go. No look past to Cortana. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was right there, girl. You had one job. Yeah, and Gadjevich. He's okay now, looks like it, but he might need to take a shift off. All right, Panthers skating it out. Now down to about 6 minutes here in the second period. Yeah, Bennett's very engaged tonight. I like his game. You've been ill since the time of Pavel Bure. Oh, and Kulikov has to fight this off of Shen. Mikkola. And turned over at the top of the Panthers zone. Oh, looking for the stretch pass for Rodriguez. That would have been interesting. And that's actually going to be an icing to the Cats here with 5:35 remaining. 14-13 the shots on goal. So yeah, not very many shots in this game. Not too many on goal, that is. Oh, girl. By the way, the Stars strike first in their game against the Rangers. 14th goal of the year for Rope Hintz. So Dallas on top of the ever so struggling Rangers, and Bobrovsky saving that from the point. We'll go to a commercial break. We are tied at 1. All right. I asked this in our last stream. Anybody doing anything cool for Christmas? I'm mostly just hanging. Although I'll probably go over to my girlfriend's grandmother's place just like a day or two after. They're out of town, but it's a day's drive. Other than that, I'll be spoiling Cortana and just hanging, yeah. Maybe I'll even go for a hike. Yeah? Well, I can't really ask you that right now, Cortana, but maybe we can go hiking for Christmas. We haven't really done a good hike recently. There can't be that much snow out there. Oh, you don't live near many family. Yeah. I was hoping to go home go back to California for the holidays, but yeah, it unfortunately didn't work. But that's all right. I saw them just like 2 months ago. Not even. Yeah, 2 months ago. Wow, Matthew Tkachuk is third in the NHL in scoring since November 23rd. Just 1 point behind Draisaitl and Braden Point. Oh, that's right. By the way, Utah and Minnesota are playing right now. Dylan Gunther. Yeah, my nickname for him, Dylan. Not everybody's gonna get this, but Dylan, you touch my tra-la-la Gunther, scoring his 15th goal of the season. And Mats Zuccarello, the lone Norwegian in the NHL, with his 7th of the year. So Wild and the Utahs are tied up at 1. And now the Rangers draw even with the Stars on a goal from Riley Smith. Yeah, who's everybody's favorite Panther? That's a good one. I don't want to say Reinhardt because it sounds like a cop-out, but probably Verhaeghe because I love all of his clutch goals. I've always been a Bobrovsky fan, too. A shot in front. Oh, and breathing down the goaltender's neck was Tkachuk. Still alive with the top line out there. Low give and go with Tkachuk and Barkov. Funneled back to the point. Looking for the seam pass in Hofer. Ooh, that took a weird deflection. He'll cover up, though, with 4:28 remaining. You like Tkachuk? He's a nasty player, but he is wonderful at what he does. Verhaeghe the GOAT, even though you struggled to spell his name. Haeghe. I know. It's a tough one. Yeah, with all his overtime winners and in the playoffs. Yeah. He's like the new Mr. Clutch, right? Oh shoot. Ooh, knocked my microphone there. There we go. All right, down to 4 minutes in the period. Here's Loestrinen with Lundell. A couple of fins. A2 gets taken down. Around the net for Lundell, but a telegraph pass. Good play from Reinhardt, but that's going to be, I think, a high touch. So it's going to come out of the zone. Speaking of the Sabres, Reinhardt played for them. Yeah, Reinhardt. And we know what he did this past season and in the postseason. Scoring the winning goal for the Panthers in the Stanley Cup Final. And then, of course, Ryan O'Reilly was a former Sabre. Won the Conn Smythe in 2019 with the St. Louis Blues. And Jack Eichel with the Knights 2 seasons ago. He didn't win the Conn Smythe, but he was very close. Him and Aiden Hill. Marchessault won the Conn Smythe, but Eichel was a menace in that playoff run. I think he had the best all-around performance of the skaters for Vegas. Blues now, a shot from the point, loose puck, Kulikov, and now picked up and handed off to Mackey. Pass the puck, okay. And now Kulikov, Mikkola at the circle. Bennett gets stripped, and he's gonna take a tripping on Kyrou. That's not a good penalty to take, and the Panthers will be on the kill. What letter grade do I give the Panthers last game? Probably A-. It was very good, but like it came against a Wild team that was pretty banged up with injuries. They didn't come out of the gate to the best of their abilities from what I remember, but probably about halfway through the period, that's when things kind of started to change, if I recall correctly. So I'd say A-. Very good. Very, very good. All right, so this will be a Blues power play. Is it true that Tkachuk wants to go to the Rangers? Brady Tkachuk. I don't know if that's actually a legitimate rumor. I don't think so. I would be. I mean, right now Ottawa is playing better than the Rangers. All right, Panthers, they get the clear, and Panthers have numbers. Here comes Barkov, drop pass. He's got Reinhart back to Barkov, and oh, that was a nice setup, but the puck just went behind him. And now Buchnevich will help the Blues regroup with 2:40 left in the period. Fowler into the corner. Fowler's on their power play. Oh boy. Oh, a slot pass and a save by Bobrovsky off of Kyrou. That's a huge, huge stop as we get to the final minutes of this period. The Sharks are playing better than the Rangers. Fact. At least the Sharks go down swinging. Buchnevich, top of the circle, looking for a tip play in front, off the side of the net. High slot, Kyrou, and a nice block there. Mikkola getting a piece of that one. But it's still live in the zone with 45 left on the man advantage. Can't quite get the clear. Back to the point where Fowler is. Seam pass to Thomas. He shoots. I liked what he was doing there, but that's going to go out of play. 35 left on the power play. You all right there, girl? Well, I mean, yeah, Cortana's got a little bit of an ear infection. She's never had that before, at least not that I know of. So I figured out how to make an actual home remedy to help her out with that. And as mentioned toward the beginning of our stream, we will also be live for Monday's game against the Lightning. Jaws and Kyle might be at that one too. Shen a shot. Ooh, and Bobrovsky. I don't think he got a piece of it, but it went just over the net. Good girl. Sabres are now trailing 5-2 on a goal from Matthias Samuelsson. The Capitals extend their lead to 2-0 over the Hurricanes. That goal coming from Jakub Vrana. Sundqvist. And now this power play has expired. We get a puck out of play with 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining in the period. Well, Cortana, I got lots of apple remaining, so I'll give you a piece. Oh, wait, there's a blueberry here, too. Skadoosh. All right. Oh, my bad. That's by my shoe. Girl, I got you. Yeah. Hit me, Jake. Bennett. And Samoskevich down to 45 seconds. Rodriguez. Heading it back to the point. One-timer from the top of the circle. And retrieved by Schmidt. Trying to get that out to the point. Not a very good pass. But Samoskevich, nice retrieval there. Another shot, and a piece of it was gotten by Hofer. How popular are the Sharks worldwide? I think the Sharks probably have some fans in. It kind of depends on. I think that if you're a fan in Europe, you might tend to follow certain teams based on players from a certain country. But I would think that Australia might have a couple of Sharks fans, you know? Mikula shot and a nice save by Hofer at the end of the second period. It wasn't easy, but the Panthers did get a goal from Uvis Balinskis. And we'll skate into intermission, tied 1-1. Intermission. But yeah, I think, from what I remember, Jake, I did get to see some international Sharks fans, some European Sharks fans when I went to Czechia 2 years ago. Your intuition is telling you'll see the Hurricanes make it at least to the conference final, and they won't get swept. I don't know. I'd like to say that, but the thing is that they still don't have a true power forward on that team, and that really has a huge impact on them when they can't score on the power play in the playoffs. It doesn't matter how long they hang on to the puck; they just can't seem to win games. They don't have enough of that finish on that team, even though they have Sebastian Aho. Well, then again, they don't have Teuvo Teravainen anymore. But I hope so. I mean, I might be on a Panthers channel right now, but I do also like the Hurricanes because, especially because of Brent Burns being a Sharks fan. Buffalo looking like they're going to go on a 12-game losing streak. Yep. I think you're correct. They are trailing 5-2 at second intermission. And, let's take a look at that game, by the way. Let's look at the number of shots that they've surrendered, if NHL.com wants to work. But yeah, for the Sabres, I'm surprised between them, the Rangers, the Predators. Like, these teams have not been pulling enough strings. But right now, let's take a look. Matt Murray's playing for the Maple Leafs, guys. This is not a drill. Matt freaking Murray is playing. He's allowed 2 goals on 20 shots. And for Buffalo, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, I think, started the game. Gave up 4 goals on 13 shots. And then Reimer's come in. He's given up 1 goal on 8 shots. Jeepers, guys. Can Buffalo break the losing streak? Yeah, not tonight. Let's see here. What's the Sabres' upcoming schedule? Maybe I should ask that, right? All right, NHL.com/Sabres. So Buffalo has Boston next on tomorrow. Hey, you're getting your butts kicked by Toronto. Now you get to go. Your prize, your award is getting to play Boston, who's actually turning things around. On Monday, they've got the Islanders. So that's not a bad opportunity for them, per se, to right the ship, or at least begin trying to right the ship. So they've got the Islanders, and then they have a few days off because of the holiday. They got the Blackhawks. Okay, I got to say, the Sabres, their next 2 games, Boston tomorrow, Monday Islanders, and then Friday against the Blackhawks. They should be able to do something, right? Sharks are not popular. Yeah. I mean, that can probably change every few years, but yeah. Yeah, I think the Canes are the modern day Sharks. Kind of. I don't know, man. It's Buffalo. That's because the sports gods are instead guiding the Bills to the promised land. And then they will face the Minnesota Vikings in the Super Bowl. And no one will win the game. So yeah, we got some football action happening in just a couple days here. I don't know if anybody else is really following much NFL, but hey, there's not a ton of action tonight in the NHL, so might as well show some love for other sports. Right now, Notre Dame at the end of the first quarter has a 7-0 lead against Indiana. This is college football playoffs. So yeah, what would be the best game in the NFL this weekend? Um, is this the new price for the Bills' success? Yeah, possibly so. These guys can win no games in January. Oh god, the Sabres losing streak is going to be that bad. They're going to trade Darlene, Thompson, Tuck. Do I think we'll look back historically and say Vassy and Bob's careers were intertwined? I guess in the sense that yeah, I mean Bob defeated Vassy back in 2019 with Columbus, and they met again in the playoffs, right? No. By that time, Bob was with the Panthers. You're a New York Giants fan. Oh Lord. Oh man, my condolences, man. Yeah, the last 12 years have been just horrible there. Uh, Habs and Wings are tied at 2 right now. Volano and Petrie with for Detroit. Jake Evans, that is, and Emil Heineman, the scorers for Montreal. Capitals extend their lead to 3-0 over the Hurricanes. Connor McMichael joins the scoring party. That's him and Protas, Alexei Protas, have been have made some great improvements. Notre Dame or Indiana? I mean, why not Indiana? Indiana's never good at football. Shadur's your only hope or Cam Ward? Oh boy. I could see this though, like Shadur saying I want to go to the Vegas Raiders, you know? Yeah, and the Leafs are just dominating there. A parlay with the Panthers. Are they going to win? Says Isaac. Hey, you've come to the right place. Although I'm not Jostradamus like our usual host, but I'm gonna say yes. It's a Panthers victory. It might have to come in overtime tonight. They don't have their legs quite as well as they did a couple nights ago, but yes, this will be a Florida Panthers victory. Yeah, I'd say the best. Oh no, we've got Steelers versus Ravens. There are 2 games tomorrow. I forgot about that. We've got Houston versus Kansas City. Not a bad game, although it's at Arrowhead. And then we also have at 4:30 Eastern, Steelers versus Ravens. That should be pretty damn good. And then on Sunday, the best game on Sunday would probably be Eagles Commanders, probably that game. Andy, Yankees fan? Okay. You guys have one job, though. You had one job. The lesser of 2 evils needed to win the World Series. I'm disappointed. Okay. Right now, the Rangers actually have the lead over the Stars. 9th goal of the year for Vincent Trocheck. Yeah, Arthas or Artis, I'm not sure if the TH you pronounce together, but I'm a Giants fan, but the baseball Giants. You know, at least we won our championships with the players we drafted and developed. Kazuma Tempest, what's going on? Just came back from watching Sonic. Is that the new film? I was like, are you talking about the Supersonics? When did they come back to the NBA? That was my team growing up. How are the Panthers playing? Not great. They're just kind of holding their own out there. Good to see Sam Bennett back in the lineup, and the lone goal came from Uvis Balinskis. Now Joel Hofer is playing pretty well too. They need to get more screens in front, but the Blues have actually gotten in front of some shots in this game. Sonic 3, interesting. That's right. That's right, my friend. We share a common enemy. And now my favorite football team has Daniel Jones, who got his contract because of the defensive coordinator of my favorite team at the time, when you guys beat us in the playoff game. Keanu is voicing Shadow. Is that so? Dude, I don't know if you guys know. I saw Keanu like a few months ago. His band was performing close to me. And one day Mrs. Twister surprised me with tickets. So yeah. I have seen Keanu Reeves play bass in concert. And of course it was all about the band. He was just kind of hanging out, playing some bass, smiling at the crowd, but not really like drawing attention to himself in very Keanu fashion. I'm a big Keanu fan, big time Keanu fan. You hate every Midwestern baseball team. Was Sonic 3 good? Yeah, I'm not the guy to ask. But yeah, he was good as Shadow. Yeah, let's see if I can find some pics. I think I saw them back in September. Dogstar. That's the name of the band. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, let's see if I got it. Yeah, there we go. There's Keanu. He'll be on the left of your screen playing bass. Have I seen the film Youngblood? Yeah, I have. That Youngblood's okay. I don't think it's all that good. Not to mention it's kind of like it doesn't age that well. It just shows you that kind of like with all the hazing and all that things were pretty effed up back then. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I'm just at a casino for this concert. But yeah, like Keanu's 60 or 61 years old. He looks incredible, dude. Is there anything that he can't do? Exactly, yeah. Yeah. I like Green Day, yeah. I've never been I haven't listened to their discography extensively. Although my favorite Green Day story, even though I've never seen them in concert, is that I was on what we call a booze cruise from Copenhagen to Oslo when I was in college, and we had enjoyed our fair share of brewskis, and it was like 2 a.m, and I was hanging out with some Swedes and some, I think, Indians, playing Time of Your Life because the Swedish guy had brought his guitar onto the boat, and we were all singing in our little cabin, and then security came and confiscated the guitar. He put out a novel a few months ago. Oh, interesting. Didn't he do was it a graphic novel? Yeah, that's true, Jake. You have to do that because you might find something that you weren't expecting. We need more Keanus, exactly. Yes, he is a Canadian treasure, indeed. Yeah, maybe we need to turn this into a Keanu appreciation channel. Actually, let's turn this into a Cortana appreciation channel and give her a couple treats for being a good girl. Freaking wrist. Whoop. Oh no, girl. Here. Exactly. It is impossible. The credits are like your second favorite part of the movie. Huh. How's the game so far? It's kind of plodding along. It's not all too exciting, but Bob looks strong, and Hofer at the other end looks pretty strong. There have only been 2 penalties the whole game too, so it's been dragging a bit, but hopefully the Panthers can find some fire here. We need to see some Carter Verhaeghe. She is so well behaved, isn't she? I got to come down to South Florida. Yeah, I know. I'd love to do that. Some delicious Hispanic food. Yes. if even if the Panthers didn't exist, I need to go to the greater Miami area at some point just for food. I've been to Florida before, but yeah, I've never been to that part of the state. Got to go to the Everglades as well. Got to take a break from YouTube. Yeah, it's a little nutty. It is a little nutty. But sometimes you find your pack, right? Right? You find your pride. I don't know, like a pride of lions. But yeah, I do definitely want to hit up the Miami area. If I'm gonna go to an NHL arena and enjoy like seeing a new place for the first time, that's got to be toward the top of my list in the United States. Although I do have a couple of Canadian arenas not that far away from me either. Favorite Cuban restaurant? There we go. Put clothes on her in the super chat stuff. That is kind of funny. But don't worry, on Monday Cortana's going to be wearing her Christmas sweater, and it's very, very, very freaking cute on her. What's SAP Center like? It's quiet these days. It's still quiet. They're not getting great crowds at the games. It's a far cry from what it used to be, unfortunately. But the actual arena itself, when it's a sellout crowd or when the Sharks are actually pretty good, it had the reputation of being probably the most intimidating place to play in probably the mid 2000s to the early 2010s. But yeah, it's a little bit smaller, so I kind of like that in the sense that you feel like you're closer to the ice. They have all sorts of different food options. Obviously, it's arena food, so it's not, or arena prices, so it's not going to be cheap. But it's also in a pretty good location because it's just outside of like the core downtown, but it's kind of quiet around there. At the same time, though, I think that's kind of nice because you can get to wherever you want to go, and it's not going to be super crazy. It's not like going to San Francisco, you know. Come up to Calgary, yeah, there you go. Oh, I wait, were you the Flames fan in our last stream? I didn't think so, but yeah, Calgary is a 7-hour drive for me, so it's not that far away. But I actually kind of want to go just to go see the Saddle Dome, in all of its glory. Oh, that was you. Okay. Gotcha. Want to sit in the seats in Utah that hang over the ice? Yeah, I remember, like, I saw the Coyotes when they played at what's called, like, what, River West Arena or something like that? River of the I don't know what it's called. But I went to their first arena, not Gila River, but the one before it. I think that's where the Suns play. And I had like seats coming over because I sat in the lower bowl, I think, not that far behind the goal. And yeah, I had seats like over me. It was really weird. Saddle Dome is an artifact. Yeah, second oldest arena. And we're about to get started with the third period. One of our Flames fans said, there's 2 more years of the Saddle Dome. I would think it would be a little bit more. Best arena I've been to besides SAP. My favorite overall so far, I've been to like 6 of them outside of SAP. My favorite is probably Bridgestone in Nashville. That one is in the best location, and it's just a fun time. All right, let's see how the Cats can close things out. Early. Oops. I fear a collapse soon. Oh God. Suns play in the Footprint Arena. Yeah, that's right. I think that it was the Footprint Arena. It was named something totally different back then, of course. Saddle Dome is the 3rd oldest building. Okay, so what's older than the Saddle Dome besides MSG? It's not the Delta Center, is it? And looks like the Blues are going to draw a penalty here. Oh, okay, the Kraken. Okay. It was built in 1962. Yeah, it's just using the roof from Key Arena. Everything else, though, is entirely new. It's like going into an airport hangar, though. It's kind of weird. Or like going into an airport. Um, but when you get to like the seating area, right? Not you're in the concourse originally. Then it's pretty cool. And I remember the acoustics, all that was really really good. So we got ourselves a Blues power play, and they won the faceoff. Hold on to your butts. Yeah, Key Arena. I had been there before though. I saw a Bass Nectar concert, and also I went to a Seattle SuperSonics game back in the day when I was a kid. I actually saw Dirk Nowitzki in a movie theater the night before the game. Yeah. All right, Thomas. Ekblad trying to get the clear. Forsling in the corner. Can't quite get it clear. And finally goes off a Panther and all the way down. Hofer quickly playing it up ice. I saw Dirk Nowitzki in a movie theater in Seattle, yeah. Because, of course, the Mavericks were in town. That's a good question. So, how would we strengthen the Panthers? Like, let's say the trade deadline was next week. What would the Panthers want to do? Would they want to do anything? What movie did I see? I don't know. I was 13 years old, so this is like back in 2001. I can't remember. Not the same one as Dirk, though. I think Dirk was only in his like second or third year. He wasn't like a star yet, or like a super. He wasn't a superstar so much. A shot, and Bobrovsky able to fight that off. Barkov quite couldn't clear it, or Lundell. Would they blow up the Saddle Dome? I would think so. All right. Justin Falk. Able to feather that pass over the stick of Losterine, and here he is in front. And Bobrovsky, a huge save. Point blank was Sundqvist bidding for his second of the game. And knocked away by Nosek. Tomas Nosek, a long-time, very skilled penalty killer. And final 2 seconds after this whistle, so the Panthers come away unscathed. $4DX. I don't know what that is. Well, Bobrovsky, man, what a huge save. And then Mikkola was able to bat that out of the crease. Woo. Oh, for a 4DX movie. Okay, no. I've never. I don't think we have anything like that where I am here. Ow, freaking wrist. All right, here's Kulikov as we're back to even strength. Kachuk in front to the slot. Barkov sliding it in front. Oh, good idea. But that gets knocked away. And now Toropchenko trying to win this battle behind the Panthers net against Kulikov. Barkov gets a shove. And Parayko jumping into the play. A shot from the point and scooped up here by Chucky. Schmidt. That'll work in their favor. Here comes Barkov. And Kachuk getting into it behind the play with Fowler, was it? Or somebody else. Cortana has cute ears. Yeah, she does. She has what people call Dobby ears. Which is funny because I watched The Chamber of Secrets last night. Harry Potter must not go back to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Oh boy. All right, Ekblad and the Panthers able to get the clear. And retreating here is Rodriguez. Yeah, she's a little cutie pie. Texier, good check there from Ekblad in the Florida corner. Rodriguez able to get this clear. The way her eyes opened. Yeah, anytime I say score, then usually she's like, huh, what? That means I'm getting something right. I'm glad the audio is working well, by the way. All right, Blues having a hard time getting this out of their zone. And now Falk along the boards, but it gets intercepted. Here's Lundell. I was wondering if that could have gotten called. Reinhardt trying to keep this alive at the top of the zone. Reinhardt behind the net. Parayko slaps it over to Neighbors. And yeah, Blues having a hard time clearing. That was a really nifty clear there. Teams will change up. Balinskis, the goal scorer tonight, is going to hold on to this as we're 5 minutes through the third period. Skating it ahead and sending it around the net for Barkov. He's got Tkachuk, the drop pass. Going behind the net for the captain. Moving it back to the point. Kulikov. He looks, he shoots, and into the trapper of Hofer. They look tired. Yeah, they're not skating very fresh today. Big road trip for the Panthers? You mean they're coming off a big road trip? Yeah. Because they had to go to what? Seattle. They had to go to Western Canada, Minnesota. Barkov taking this draw against Faksa. Kulikov loses that to Sundqvist. Sundqvist and Balinskis. Probably the most unlikely combination of goal scorers in this game, unless Cam Fowler lit the lamp. And from center ice, it's Verhaeghe. Hofer. Shots, by the way, 20-19 in favor of the Blues. Barkov at the circle, and a save by Hofer with Tkachuk in front of the net. Verhaeghe, and intercepted behind the net, and cleared out. Well, boys, I need a commercial break here so I can take a pee. Take a wicked yes. Panthers need to keep winning to keep the Sens at bay too. Yeah, Sens I think they're on a 4-game winning streak. Good for them. Oh, tip play in front. Oh. Yeah, the Blues are doing a pretty good job of keeping things clear in front of Hofer tonight. Seems like a very Jim Montgomery thing for them. You know, strategically. A point of emphasis. The problem is that Tkachuk shaved. And what's going on here? We're about 13 minutes in regulation. By the way, the Red Wings have taken the lead against the Canadiens. They currently lead 3-2 on a goal from Tyler Mott. Still 5-2 between the Sabres and Maple Leafs. A shot from the point and just wide of the net there from Kulikov. Yeah, you can't shave, you know? Gotta keep... The beard has to be a year-round thing. And an icing to the Blues. As we get to 12:44 remaining. So yeah, for the Panthers, next up, we've got the Lightning on Sunday. There will not be a live stream on this channel on Sunday. However, on Monday, I will return. Jaws will still be vacationing, seeing some family and members of the Panthers community. So hopefully you guys can hang out with us on Monday. Because on Sunday, I'm going to be at my sports bar, probably a few beers deep, watching my Minnesota Vikings beat the Seattle Seahawks. Here comes Mikkola, and a save by Hofer. Still alive, though. Oh, sorry, boo. There she is. Hofer. And now Thomas. Advancing it into the Panthers zone. Buchnevich. And a nice play by Bobrovsky to knock that away from Falk. Otherwise, that could have been a bit of a tap-in opportunity. Just tapping in. Lundell and now Loesterinen. Nice heads-up play. Panthers coming the other way and just chipping it down to get a change. Crashing is Barkov. Puck ends up on the stick of Tkachuk to funnel this back to the point. Balinskis, the hot hand tonight. Looking for the tip play in front. Goes off to the outside of the net. Tkachuk behind the net. He's got Barkov in front of the net. At the circle, now handed back to Balinskis. Little ricochet pass around the net. Falk. And now Shen, the captain. As the Blues are able to fight off that possession. Panthers regaining the zone fairly quickly. Barkov, though, he's surrounded by a couple of Blues. Verhaeghe now feeding it back to the point. Another shot and, loose puck that Barkov is able to handle. And now Tkachuk around the net. Trying to sauce one. Still alive in the zone, though. The Panthers with a long possession as Tkachuk puts one on net. Gets blocked in front. Tkachuk able to follow up. And rotating back to the point. Tkachuk in front looking for somebody. And another chance. Oh, and just wide of the net there off that bid from the captain. Panthers have been holding the zone now for about 50 seconds. And finally the Blues can get this clear. Get the change. As we're coming up on the 10-minute mark here in the third period. Just 2 goals tonight from Oskar Sundqvist in the first period. And then it's Uvis Balinskis for the home team. As the Panthers regain the St. Louis zone. Bennett and Falk able to take that away from him. Kulikov. Man, Kulikov's been all over it tonight. But he loses this one behind the net. How long have I known Jocelyn Kyle? 3 or 4 years, probably. A shot from the goal line goes around the net and out of the Blues zone. And the Panthers will do a wholesale change. Down to 9:15. Cat's buzzing. Yeah, absolutely. All right, here comes Nosek. And he's able to get this away from Hofer. Scooped up by Thomas. And bad pass there. Panthers able to regain the zone. The drop pass. And I didn't like that attempt from Greer. Here come the Blues the other way. Could be a 2-on-1. Here they come. Oh, and a great block there from Forsling to break up the 2-on-1. Boy, great coordination. He just kind of flailed himself to kick away the pass. But Perunovic has it at the point. Buchnevich. And deflection in front. Oh, that might have gone off the post. That's what Goldie's saying. Walker. Texas Ranger back to the point. Parayko. Able to get around Gadjevich. He takes it around the net. Parayko trying to wrap it around. And a shot from the point. Nosek able to get a piece of it. Not too much happening in this game. Well, we're just not getting the goals. No goals. Blues take this behind the Panthers net with Toropchenko. Reinhart trying to jump on this and win the battle against Nathan Walker. And scooted all the way down. Will that be icing? It will be. With 7:51 left in the period. And We can't even go to a commercial break yet, guys. I don't think we've had one yet. But yeah, let's look at that 2-on-1 again. Man, Gustav Forsling. You guys, that is one of the great, what was that, a waiver claim or one of the great pickups for nothing, right? Now over at the point for Justin Falk. Yeah, Ricky. Cortana is a good girl. She's just hanging out because she knows I have snacks. Right, girl? All right, we finally go to a commercial. I got to pee for the D, all right? I'll be right back. Just save it. Hey, good girl. All right, guys. All right. Yeah, Hofer's legit. Definitely. Between him and Bennington, that's a pretty strong tandem. I don't think Bennington's been quite as effective this year as he was last year, but even so, that's still a very respectable tandem. Arbor Jacki, by the way, scoring his first goal of the year as the Canadiens draw even with the Red Wings. And Owen Power scores for Buffalo with 7:48 remaining as the Sabres now close it to a 2-goal game. That's a good girl. Oh, here comes Alex Texier. Balinskis able to catch up to him. And now Reinhart turned over, though, and now behind the net. Balinskis again battling Texier. Out to the point. Falk, a shot, and it goes over the goal. Rims around to the point. Oh, bless you, Cortana. All right, Blues from center ice. Bujovic. He shoots. Bobrovsky able to scoop that up and cover up with 6:30 remaining. Wow. Who won the 1964 Stanley Cup? Was that Toronto? The Maple Leafs won a bunch of Stanley Cups between the 40s and the 60s. I know Toronto won 62. I would think they probably... Did they win 64? Yeah, I'm going to say the Maple Leafs. We'll get another commercial break because we were like under 8 minutes when the first commercial break happened. Come on, Cats, let's bring it home. Well, they are home, but yeah, I would like that, especially for Jaws and Kyle. Whoop. Yeah, Cortana. I know you want to see the Panthers win too. Here, let's give you. Good girl. It's the Maple Leafs. Okay. Yeah, I figured. All right. Well, after the NHL expanded from 6 teams to 12, so which non-original 6 team has the most Stanley Cups? Can you guess? Who has the most Stanley Cups of the non-original 6 teams? Spaceman Sports says the Penguins? That's half the answer. New Jersey has 3. And that dates all the way back to Kansas City entering the NHL in 74, I think. So yeah, the Penguins are one team, but there's also another team that has the same amount of cups as the Penguins do. The Oilers, yeah. Penguins and Oilers. So the Oilers in what, 84, 85, 87, 88, and 90. Some people might forget that one. And then the Penguins, 91, 92, 09, 16, and 17. Yeah, I mean, we're so long overdue for a Canadian team winning. I'd be happy with any Canadian team doing it. I mean, hell, if it's the Ottawa Senators this year, I'd be happy. All right, Falk from behind his net. Good pressure from the captain. Verhaeghe having a little trouble handling this one. Floats a pass to nobody. And Forsling just knocks it away in transition. Under 6 to play. Now Holloway for St. Louis will be behind his net, and Blues just taking their time. They're regrouping. Thomas gets the zone. A shot, and just wide of the net. It's going to rim around. Held in at the point by Parayko, and now another shot. Panthers might have something going the other way. No, they don't. The Florida Penguins. Hey, they're closer to the land of penguins than Pittsburgh is. Don't forget. All right, here's Luostarinen in the corner. Reinhart trying to get this one. Lundell hunting. You shaved it in the playoffs and you won the cup. Can't complain about that. Under 5 to play. Rodriguez. He'll put this on net from the top of the zone. Hofer will actually play this. Bennett with the turnover, and he was looking for Samoskevich in front. Good idea. Bennett. And now into the corner. Fed to the point where Nate Schmidt is. Hofer able to play that to a teammate. Bolduc. He did. Yeah, he did. McDavid, what? He set an assist record in the playoffs last year. I mean, the Oilers almost won a cup with Stuart Skinner as their starting goaltender. The Oilers are the Dodgers of the NHL. At least, though, the Oilers went to a Cup Game 7 with 3 players that they drafted at a high level and developed. They didn't. They built a supporting cast around those players, even Evan Bouchard for that matter. You like the job that Montgomery's doing? Well, they still have a few teams to climb if they want to get back into the playoff contention. Made it just in time. Yeah, hey. Hope you had a smooth shift here. Here's Barkov from the dot. He passes it, and in front. Oh, big old scramble. I don't know why Barkov didn't shoot that. They got a shot on goal, but here he is again. To the point. Forsling, he shoots. Off a body in front, and we're down to 3:10 left in regulation. Yeah, don't forget McDavid. Isn't McDavid a free agent at the end of next year? I think so. By the way, the Canadiens regain the lead against the Red Wings. A goal, 7th of the year already for Patrick Laine. Good to see him back and producing. Boy, his rookie season was so fun. Sabres making it interesting against the Maple Leafs. They're now down just 5-4. Owen Power with another goal for Buffalo. Now Lostrinen, a backhander, immediately blocked. Behind the net, here's Reinhart. A2. He's got Lindell in the corner. Funnels it around the net. Mikkola jumping into the play. Still a big battle behind the net as we get down to 2:10. They seem irrelevant without Montgomery. I'd rather have Montgomery there than Bannister. Not to say that Bannister is a bad coach. It's just that Montgomery is still a good coach. But I just don't know if he alone can be enough when you've got like the Avalanche as a wild card right now. The Canucks are a wild card team right now. It's crazy. And now lifted clear by the Blues as we get down to 1:30. As we get an offside to the Panthers. Wait, what's happening here? We got a scrum behind the net. Rodriguez, Falk. Can we make fun of the Leafs if they lose? Oh, totally. The Hurricanes are still down by 2 goals, but they've finally struck through on a goal from Seth Jarvis. One of my favorite characters in the NHL today, for sure. Dude, that would be so funny if the Sabres tied up. They've got 3:26 to work with. Ay. He's a good girl. Here, girl. Let's give you a couple blueberries. Actually, I kind of want one. I got one for you. 4-1 Caps. Ah. Atta girl. What's happening here? Is it a timeout? Yeah, the Caps get another goal from John Carlson. So, this is going to be a convincing victory for them. Boy, oh boy. I mean, you got the Capitals, a huge surprise this year. The Wild. I think the Kings are a surprise in that they're playing. They just keep winning. But, ooh, Bennett, that hit on Neighbors was a little ugly. And then Falk took a run at him a little bit. Oh, actually, we have an overturned goal. So, it's 5-3 Maple Leafs over the Sabres. Jaws knows where to get the best CBD dog treats. I can get some CBD stuff for Cortana at my dispensary. I know that. Mikkola, top of the circle, a one-timer, and Hofer made that look so easy. He's got it trapped with a $1.11 to go. Anze Kopitar. Yeah, man. I mean, Kopitar is going to be, he has to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. All right. 25-22. The shots favor the Panthers. It's been a very good game for Hofer, and it's also been a good game on the other side of things for Bobrovsky. Face-off controlled by the Blues, but it pops to the top of the zone. Barkov now in the corner. Tkachuk, and they will reverse it back to the point. Balinskis out there. Again, the lone goal scorer. A shot and blocked for Hagee. Trying to look for somebody out at the point, but it will be scooped up by Mikkola. Down to 35 seconds. Here comes Verhaeghe with speed around the net. And he couldn't quite get a handle on it, but the puck is back at the point. A shot. It gets blocked in front. Bolduc, or whoever it was, is able to get that clear. Forsling. And the Panthers are going to get a change here. We're down to 15 seconds. The Blues with Kyrou. Ekblad able to keep that away from him. Poked out of the zone. Down to 5 seconds. And ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of Matthias, we are going to overtime. All right, so overtime when we come back from this commercial. Hold on to your butts. It's time for the extra frame. All right, guys. Jaws just texted me. He just said, "Of course." Of course, he has to go to the game where the lone goal comes from Uvis Balinskis and Oscar Sundqvist. All right, guys. Give who's gonna do it? Who's gonna light the lamp in overtime? I'm gonna say Lundell. I'll say Anton Lundell. Oh, thanks, Eric. What? Thank you, Eric. All right, here. Let's give Cortana a couple treats and some good luck here. Here you go. Carrot. There's a carrot. Yep. Let's get you a blueberry. I know you don't like blueberries that much. Trey jumping on the super chat train. Heyo. Rover time. I don't know if that was intentional, but that fits. Here's one. And let's get extra close up. Oh, extreme close up. Whoa. Good girl. All right. Barkov says Craig. I'm going one number lower here. So the Panthers so far in overtime are 3-2. Oh, by the way, the Capitals had their fourth goal called back, so it's still 3-1 with 5:33 remaining there. Thanks for the supers, guys. I appreciate that. All right. Taking the draw. Who else? Barkov wins it. Blues on you in overtime? Really? Yeah, the Blues came into this winning 4 of their last 5 against the Panthers. I think 6-2-1 in their last 9 against the Territory. Here comes Reinhart. Out there with Forsling and Barkov. He'll hold it at the point and he'll take it out. He chilling. I guess the Panthers just want to hold on to the puck for 5 minutes. All right, here's Forsling, and Kyrou able to knock that away from him. So not a very good initial possession. I'm torturing her with hockey. Oh, don't worry, we'll take her out to pee. She's got she has a very, very good bladder, though. And this puck is going to end up all the way up, down ice for Hofer. Shen. And with speed is Cam Fowler. Could he hang on to this against Ekblad? This puck's going to go around the Panthers net. toward Stanley C. Panther. Scooped up by Tkachuk, a stretch pass. He's got Ekblad, but looks like Bennett was offside. And Bennett is not happy. Final minute of the Maple Leafs game, they still lead 5-3. All right, Lundell loses that draw. 3:40 left in overtime. Here comes Falk, all by himself. He's able to get this around the net for Buchnevich, and he'll just send it all the way back down to Hofer. Thomas beginning the rush. He's a good girl. Buchnevich, he'll take it himself. Trying to toe drag around Mikkola. Verhaeghe at the dot. Into the slot. Verhaeghe still holding on to it. He's got Balinskis. And he just went straight into a couple defenders. So the Blues are going to regroup from their own goal line. Down to 2:40. Broberg's going to spin away from Barkov and take this all the way back behind his net. Jeez. See, this is why we need a change to overtime, you know? He's just sitting behind his net right now, wasting time. And just like that, we're down to 2:20. Has there even been a shot on goal? All right, here we go. Texier. He's got Kyrou. And Kyrou at the high slot. Nice play by Balinskis. Otherwise, Kyrou had a chance to shoot that. As Reinhart goes down, Kyrou trying to regain the zone. Barkov able to fight that off. Down to 1:50 in overtime. Balinskis trying to take this out of the zone. He almost coughed it up. And here comes Bolduc. He's got a teammate. And a save by Bobrovsky off of Holloway. He was in alone. Blues still have it at the point. Parayko out there. Holloway at the point. Over to Parayko. Nice block pass there. But it's still alive in the zone. $1:10 remaining. A shot! Bobrovsky kick save. But still alive in the zone. Here's Holloway. Yeah, these cats have to be super tired. Holloway gets denied by Bobrovsky, who was unsuccessful on that poke check. Yeah. Balinskis, Reinhart, and Barkov are still on the ice. They got to be gassed. Barkov able to... Wow. What a job by Barkov. Able to get around a couple defenders there. Just dancing with the puck right now. He cannot be stopped. He almost got hooked there. Is that going to be a call? It's going to be a call against the Blues. Emperor King, what's up? Good to have you here. So the Panthers will get to close out overtime on a power play. We've got 42 seconds remaining, so not a lot of time, but if you win the face-off, boy oh boy, that is going to hopefully ignite something opportunistic for you. Matt Murray was in net for the Leafs. Yeah, he was. Can you come lie down? Barkov played 2 minutes and 10 seconds, Goldstein says. But yeah, that was remarkable from him. All right, everybody. Come on. The Panthers are actually calling their timeout, though, right now. And get PP1 out there. Exactly. It's surprising the Senators turned around their game. Well, I mean, I call them... I like the Panthers. I started watching them back in, 2018. I was just watching highlights and I thought those Panthers were super exciting because you had Huberdeau, Dodonov was a lot of fun to watch with. I think Barkov. You had like Mike Hoffman, Anthony Duclair. So like they had some fun players on the team. So I decided to watch them. 6-3 Maple Leafs win. But yeah, Ottawa. I mean, I had some expectations for Ottawa this year. It's the first time I've really had expectations for them. But the Blues are able to send this the length of the ice, and now Ekblad getting Barkov coming from center ice here. Reinhart on the wing. So it's 4-on-3 right now. Down to 22 seconds. Barkov from the dot. He shoots and he scores! Let's go home, baby! The captain ends it in overtime. And that's 2 points for your Florida Panthers. The captain, Barkov, the hero in the extra frame. And boy, that shift that he played before the power play was absurdly amazing. Let's give Cortana some treats. How about Cortana? Look at all these treats. All right, here, let's give. Wait, hold on, girl. You're out of frame. Woo! Let's go. There we go. There's a treat. Dos puntos. As Trey, dos puntos. Yeah, there we go. All right, here, we'll give Cortana a treat for you. There you go. Thank you, Trey. Cortana is very happy. Yes. 2 points for the good guys, says Carlos. As the Panthers are still tied with the Maple Leafs for total points. They've played one more game, sure. All right, we'll see if we can get Jaws on our stream. That'd be pretty amazing if we could. So you might want to stick around for a few minutes. He didn't say that he's going to do it, but we'll see if he texts me. I feel the Sharks with Celebrini are slowly getting better. I mean, they have their defense really is just not good, but all in all, yeah, they're much more competitive right now with Celebrini there. Will I stream? David asks, I will be live not for Sunday, but I will be live on this channel on Monday at 7 Eastern. So yeah, let's see if we're gonna get him here. Shoot, I'll give him a link to the stream if he's able to. Hey, Great White, thank you for the 5. I appreciate that. Let's give Cortana another one from you. Woo! Yeah, let's see if I can get Jaws here. The doggy is super? Of course, thank you. What? Spasivo? Something like that? Alright, let's see if we can get Jaws on here. Damn it, come on. Copy URL. The problem, though, is that you can't get StreamYard on your phone, or at least I can't get it on mine. I want to ask, what's my thoughts on the Kako trade? Seattle didn't have to give up very much. So I have to say Ron Francis did a good job with that. My thing, though, is, Kako needs a change of scenery, right? I think that's good. But the thing is, the Kraken still don't have that much offense, even when they traded for him. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth a gamble, though. Let's see if we can. I don't know if we can get Jaws, but we'll hang around for a few minutes to see if he hits us up. But yeah, Barkov and Balinskis are your 2 goal scorers. Oh wait, here I'll put up a final score. My bad. Oops. Blues final. That one's in the books. The Washington Capitals have played pretty well this year. Yeah, because last year they were starved for offense, and it's some of these younger players, they're getting goals throughout the lineup from them, like Alexei Protas had a goal, his 12th of the year. Connor McMichael, his 16th of the year. And now, yeah, they are getting 2 points against the Hurricanes. That is not easy. And that's another very impressive victory in their resume. So the Capitals are legit. Not to mention, I loved them trading for Logan Thompson. They barely gave up anything for him. That was so smart. But best of all, Jaws and Kyle were there for a victory. Bang. Hang here for a few minutes. Another great stream. Thank you, Jake. Thank you for making it a great stream. Wow. So let's take a look at the box score, by the way. Hofer played very well in his net, and so did Bobrovsky. So let's see here. Let's see if we can get a box score for tonight. Can the Rangers turn around their game? Not without a big change, apparently. Because they're still... Oops, sorry. My bad. Because they're largely still looking like butt. It's almost like they need to trade one of their big veterans to get a veteran somewhere else to shake things up. Because they are still in win now mode, aren't they? Let's see here. The Rangers are winning right now, though. But yeah, let's take a look at the box score. Come on, let's go to the box score. So the Panthers win on their 28th shot on goal, compared to just 27 for St. Louis. Let's go to them. By the way, the Panthers just over 40% in the faceoff circle. They were 1 for 2 on the power play because, I mean, hey, there were only four penalties in the whole game. Hits, they threw 20. The Blues threw 21. Block shots, the Blues did a nice job blocking shots. They had 21 on the night to the Panthers 14. Giveaways, the Panthers with 15 to the 10 for St. Louis. And that doesn't tell the whole story necessarily, because if the other team's blocking more shots and you have more giveaways, for all we know, that could be the Panthers had the puck more in this game. You want to see the Senators in the playoffs? I'd like to see that too. I'm hoping for it. But yeah, for the Panthers tonight, the -1 was so Bennett was a -1, Rodriguez -1, Samoskevich, and Mackey had a couple chances there. Kulikov was also a -1, but that's sometimes a misleading statistic, right? 26 saves on 27 shots for Bobrovsky. That's a .963 save percentage. You'll take that for sure. Shots, the leader in shots, by the way, Ekblad had 5 on goal. Balinskis had 6 on goal for the Cats. Among the forwards, the most shots were registered by Barkov, Rodriguez, and Tkachuk, each with 3. Of course, Barkov scoring with just seconds left there in overtime. But yeah, I don't know if we'll get a Jaws appearance, but I'll hang around for a couple more minutes, and then I gotta probably clean up around here. Ooh, might have a weed gummy. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging with us for this evening stream, and I look forward to, of course, hosting you on Monday, where Cortana will have her holiday sweater on. It'll be very, very adorable, and I'll probably wear my Christmas sweater too. And it's red, so it works for the Panthers. How about that? Certainly, I'm not going to wear blue on Monday, although I do like Blue Monday. Whether the original or the cover from Orgy. Cortana, just take the H out. It is a very Italian sounding name. Oh, my bad. Cortana. Streaming on my channel soon. It's not a member stream. I'm not planning anything necessarily, although Christmas Eve, maybe I'll find something. Hope the Red Wings and Sabres can have a good season. I'm kind of seeing the cracks in the Iser plan, unfortunately. And Buffalo, they're now winless in their last 12 games. Oof, that is not good. Wait, it's now 9:50 Eastern, 6:50 Pacific where I am. But yeah, put on some sweats. Oh, hey, Rosado. Hey, good evening. And yeah, I think that pretty much everybody's been hanging with us through the course of this evening. How we feeling? Hey, came away with the 2 points. It wasn't a pretty victory by any means, but you can't ask for much more considering the team played so well against the Wild. But yeah, we've got Jaws and Kyle. They were, of course, at this game. Look at them; they're looking good. They had some good seats behind the Panthers net, the home net. Rangers and Sabres. What? Oh, it's like the Elmo meme, kind of like that. Yeah, the only good New York area team is the Devils right now. Yeah, that's them. I can't. I don't know the last time Jaws went when the last time Jaws was at a Panthers game. A long, long time, I would think. But yeah. Wait, what was my sticky note? Oh yeah. Yeah. So they should be at the game uh on Monday as well. Of course, the Panthers will be in Tampa. Get the dub by any means necessary. Thanks again, Eric, for the 5 spot. Let's give you a treat here, Cortana. Extreme close up. Whoa! Oh, sorry. That was a bad one. There. We'll make it up. Oh, yeah. There we go. You might be there. Oh, cool. Yeah, you can send Jaws a message and see if he plans to be there. Yeah, I think in 8 minutes at 10 Eastern we'll drop off. But I'll just chill here for the time being. And it seems like from a technical standpoint, it seems like my microphone, everything held up okay for you guys. That's good. What do I think? And how long the extension for Zetterland? I think 3 years would be fine. I would kind of prefer just to keep it to 2, but I wouldn't be upset if it were 3 years. Like 3 years, maybe about, I don't know, like what, 4.5 million, maybe. He's, Zetterlund himself, like he's a really good like third line player. I don't think him as a top 6 guy by any means, but he's serving that role a little bit right now, right? Bro, I saw Fluffy at. Oh, you saw Jaws at the game, section 125, but you didn't get a chance to see him. Say hi. That's cool though, and thanks for tuning in from, what is it now, Florida Live Arena or just outside of it. Always like to see that sort of thing. Now, if you can beat the Bolts back to back, would be great. Heck yeah. Yeah, I gotta show them who's boss and tell them to respect your authority. Are you allowed to stream at the arena? Yeah, there's nothing against it. It's just that Wi-Fi might be kind of tough. It might be tough to get a good signal with that. You go to every game. Oh, whoa. Season ticket holder. I don't now personally. That's dedication. You have to live, I think, pretty close to be able to do that. I before I moved out of San Jose, or the San Jose area, I was a half season ticket holder for 2 years with the Sharks. But then I was like, okay, then it was COVID, and then I ended up moving away. So who knows? Maybe one of these years, I can like split half season with somebody and like, I don't know, spend more time out there. Senators and Canucks, and then Oilers. You mean? Wait. That's not tonight though, right? I'm also. Oh yeah, I also have an appearance on another channel on Monday, on a Canucks channel. Live 5 minutes from the arena. Okay, good. Yeah, because otherwise it becomes a wee bit challenging. Okay, Senators and Canucks. Yeah, what are the scores, or what's the schedule looking like? Oh, tomorrow we got lots of games. Kings and Predators, two franchises going in totally different directions. Flames, Blackhawks, Sharks and Oilers. Oh God, it's probably gonna be 6-1. Sabres, Bruins. Oh boy, Buffalo, your gift is a date with the Sabre or against the Bruins after losing to the Maple Leafs, who play the Islanders. You've got Red Wings and Canadiens, so it's a home and home. Flyers, Blue Jackets, kind of a low-key, decent matchup. Teams that are doing okay in their division. Devils, Penguins. Penguins have been on a tear. Actually, that's kind of the game to watch. Pittsburgh versus New Jersey. Ooh, we've also got Jets and Wild, Senators and Canucks. Yeah, that should be a good one. Kraken, Golden Knights. Kraken, man. That's kind of like St. Louis, kind of like the Islanders. They're just kind of there, you know. The winning goal, Trevor, was scored by Barkov on the power play in overtime. Thinking of going to the Lightning Panthers game in Tampa, but you're exhausted from the overtime at work. Yeah, I think you had said that you had like saved up a bunch of extra OT. You banked some pay. I love that. I miss those days. But yeah, we'll be live for another 5 minutes just in case. It doesn't look like Jaws is going to join us, but he said he's got stories, apparently. Is the future bright for the Ducks? Generally speaking, yeah. I thought they'd be a little bit ahead of schedule by this point, but they've made at least an incremental improvement the past 2 seasons, coming in a little bit under NHL 500. Dostal's been terrific, but yeah, maybe a little bit. I've been a little impatient with them, but yeah, Ducks should be really good. Like the Pacific Division, as we get to the end of this decade, the Pacific Division is going to be a battle between probably San Jose, Calgary, and Anaheim. I don't want to downplay what the Flames are doing because they're actually a good year with some young goaltender in Dustin Wolf should be in that Calder Trophy mix. They got Zane Parekh, was he their guy in the first round? Connor Zary's doing fine. They've got a couple of their pretty good weapons coming into their system. CBG made the playoffs. Yeah, that'd be killer. I'd love to see that. I mean, I would be happy to see a team like Ottawa get into the playoffs. Because really, guys, right now, it looks like we just have to find out one playoff team in the East. I think we know all the other teams that are making the playoffs at this point. It's going to be the usual suspects from the Atlantic, plus, I would think maybe Ottawa, maybe Philadelphia, right? Like, we have to figure that out, but we already know who the top 3 in the Metro are going to be, because right now the Rangers are just they can't score. Actually, Carolina can't score right now either, but they're ahead of New York for that 3rd place spot in the Metro. Yeah, Anaheim and Sharks. Yeah, we got to reignite that rivalry. If the Rangers miss the playoffs, that would be very surprising. Yeah, right now they've got they're at NHL 500. So right now they are 10 points in back at the Hurricanes with 1 game played fewer. Pittsburgh right now is in 4th place in the Metropolitan if we look at just record. I don't look at total points. Ottawa right now, though, Ottawa's ahead of Boston in terms of points percentage, but they're basically neck and neck right now for the first wild card. Yeah, so Ottawa and Boston are your 2 wild cards right now. Crazy. And then, yeah, Washington and New Jersey and Carolina are your top 3 in the Metro. Penguins are a disaster. But they've turned it on recently. I was not expecting that. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10. Feel bad for Carlson. Hey, Carlson he had to waive his no move clause. So, I mean, come on. I don't think that Pittsburgh was a good place for him to land. You know, even if the Penguins were to make the playoffs, they would just be scooting by. Nashville, yes, has been an absolute tire fire. Right now, they're in line. Them and the Blackhawks, right now, and the Sharks. The worst record belongs right now to the Nashville Predators. they are the worst team by record. San Jose, Buffalo, and Chicago are right behind them. Isn't that crazy? But yeah. Well, Sidney, he signed a 2-year extension, so going into 2027, when he turns 40 years old in that offseason, he has to know what he was getting himself into. I don't think that Dubas can promise them that they're going to be a contender by the time his contract expires. Stamkos doesn't have that passer like Kucherov. Well, yeah, because like Forsberg, he's a shooter, right? The O'Reilly, I like him, but yeah, he doesn't have the setup that you would get from Kucherov. Like, they don't have that. Nashville doesn't have that true like stud number one center. That's their problem, I think. Oops. Do I see Sid leaving Pittsburgh? I wouldn't rule it out. I mean, Penguins fans are going to tell you otherwise, but I mean, Sid can't just let his career come to an end if the Penguins are falling off. But at least they're playing well right now, and he's a huge, huge, huge piece of that equation still. All right, we've reached 10 Eastern, so Cortana and I are going to drop off. I got a couple more of these treats left. Let's just feed these over to her. She's a good girl. She's a good girl, and her name is Cortana. There you go, kiddo. Flyers are slow. Yeah, Flyers have a fairly bright future. I'm kind of waiting for the same for the Blue Jackets. Devils are putting it together well with Sheldon Keefe as their head coach. All right. Well, anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats, by the way. And we'll be back on Monday. So hopefully we'll see you around for that. And if I don't, have a wonderful Christmas and holiday season. And Jaws will be back at the end of next week. So have a good night, everybody. Oops. Get some good sleep. On behalf of Cortana and me, we are happy to be your hosts while Jaws is out. And we'll do it again real soon. Have a great night, everybody.